Alright, how's it going, guys? So I did not get the Snap Thorn last time I played. And do I have a guide? Do I have a guide? I do. I don't even remember how to make it. And I was gonna build more houses and shit, but I forgot. I'm just gonna be straight up. My life's kind of hectic right now. I'll get into that because that's what this video journal is about and all that. Oh, you guys probably want an update with the girl. Yeah. So on Thursday, and I'm recording this on Tuesday, by the way. Just FYI. I went over, and in my head, I already was like, this isn't gonna go anywhere. I knew that, and I just straight up was like, I feel like we want different things, and it just doesn't seem like it's working and all that. And I'm just gonna be straight up. She took it in a worse way than I was hoping, and I don't really know what I was expecting. But not that, and I think I didn't expect that because, it was, we've been talking for like 3 weeks. It was nothing serious or anything, and it didn't feel serious for me. And it very much felt not serious because, we weren't dating or anything, and she didn't want to date or anything, so why would I have thought it was serious? And that's definitely, kind of fucked up. I'm just going to be straight up, guys. You got to treat... Wow, I can't believe I'm saying this, but, some people might need to hear it. I don't know who these videos are reaching, but you got to respect women, and you got to... I think the biggest important thing as a person that you need to understand is you will never understand anybody to an extent where you can just, like, read them, I guess. Like, obviously you can read people, but for the longest time, I thought that I could just, like, get into people's heads and, like, fully understand where they're coming from and why they do whatever, and, in a lot of cases you can. Like, that's just a thing that you can do, especially if you're good enough at reading people and understanding people. That's just, once you get to know them more, you will be able to find out all sorts of stuff. And that's obviously very true. Also, that corruption's getting long, or that corruption's growing. So I'm gonna have to deal with that eventually. But, so yeah. I don't know why I said all that, but that is, like, a really big thing that I try to think. And especially, like, another thing that, kind of is in line with that is how, you gotta put yourself in your shoes. I talked about this in my first video. It was an hour long, so, if you didn't watch the whole thing, not gonna blame you. But I said that you really could have just been anybody. The only reason I am the person I am is because my brain developed in the way it developed, and I lived all the experiences that I have lived, right? And that's literally the only reason why I am. Because the only consistent thing in my life has been me. So how could I ever grasp or understand how someone else got to the place they were, And even if, like, someone who's grown up in the exact same way that you have, they could still end up so different because people are just so complex, and I just love thinking about this. It's truly incredible when you think about how complex people are. Not even just, like, biologically and, with cells and shit, but with how brains and people who are neurodivergent and who are people who have autism and all of this stuff. It's just incredible. And everyone is just so unique, and it's really interesting to see. And what I'm saying is, so I had no idea what's going on in her head. I have, like, a general idea of how her brain works, maybe, probably not to the same extent that I understand a lot of other people. Again, it's, that's kind of weird to say it. Like, whatever. Like, I understand, you guys get it. But it's just, it's complicated, right? And you can't just, there's no way I will ever fully understand where she was coming from. But basically, I think I said this, but she didn't want a relationship or anything. So I was like, all right, what's the point then, right? And I was getting really anxious and burnt out, and I just was like, this isn't good for me. So, obviously she doesn't care because she's even told me that, like, she would be fine with just being friends and all that. So in my head, it was all good. Hunky-dory. I think that's something people say. Yeah. Probably. I don't know. But things were hunky-dory, I'm going to say it again. And because of all that, I just kind of went in and I was like, you know, it's going to be fine. She's going to understand. Things will be fine. We'll be friends and everything, and shit will be good. Hey, this is Editor Nick. Just popping in really quick. The next stuff I talk about while I'm collecting ingredients for the Snapthorn are kind of personal, and I just don't think I'm comfortable posting that on the internet. But I will just say, you know, it just didn't go great, you know. We're still friends. It's all good. But yeah, that's about it. So I'm just going to do a little montage of me collecting the Snapthorn ingredients. Alright, see ya. That's really good, too. You know, I did not press that. I'm getting so distracted, but I did not fucking press that. That was fucked up. That was actually fucked up. Whatever. I just got my Snapthorn, and I think I'm gonna fight Eye Cthulhu right now. Yeah, Snapthorn, wonderful. Get this fucking, you know, I'm gonna sell this shit. I'm gonna sell this shit. Shop, sell, 10 cents, yippee. So, just like give yourself grace, man. Give yourself grace. I actually do want that. I don't know if I'm gonna need that. I'm definitely gonna need that. I'm definitely probably gonna need that. I don't need that. Quick is pretty good though. I did not find my Goblin Sorcerer, which is annoying. Or Goblin guy. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. I'll probably cut this part out. Alright, I have another little bit of stuff to talk about maybe. Hold on, let me see how long I've been recording. Only 20 minutes? Man. Okay. Fuck. I kinda wanna like redo this whole video. I feel like this has been shit. Fuck. Okay, I think I actually will do that. That's fine. I might add like a little bit of stuff. I don't know. We'll see what I add in. Oof. Alright, how's it going, I guess? So, I guess, okay. I'm just gonna be straight up. I already talked a little bit, and I probably put some of the clips in the video. I don't know. Okay, that's too much. Did I sell that? Alright, hey guys. For like the final 5 minutes of this recording, I just did not like talk about anything interesting, and I recorded 2 hours then like 2 days after. I think the 6th, February 6th, I recorded that. So I'm just gonna put in me fighting the Eye of Cthulhu, and that's about it. Yeah. I really messed up on this recording, and I just did not talk in a coherent way. So, yeah. And by the way, I'm recording this the 18th, so I'm going to be recording a new video very soon, and hopefully that one will be out, like, I don't know, by next week. Alright, see you guys. Okay, but another bit of a tangent, is I just don't think people understand how much they affect people, and how a lot of people just don't really have empathy, or were just not born with it, or not raised, you know? Again, I talked about this a little bit earlier, but how just everybody is so different, you know, and how it's just, you just got to give everybody grace. It's just that simple. I mean, people are just so incredibly different, and you'll never understand why people think the way they think or why it is the way it is, you know? So, with her just not taking it as well as I expected, it made me question how much I was actually, like, important to this woman's life, and how much I actually meant to her, and how much you just mean to everyone. I mean, yeah, we only talked for however long, but, you know, obviously I still had an impact on her life. And I think everybody has an impact on somebody's life to a certain level, you know? And you just will never know how much you are important to people without actually thinking about it, right? I mean, it's easy just to, you know, look at life and be like, yeah, I'm not that important to a lot of people's lives. But that's just not true. I mean, even if it's just your parents, I mean, that's something, right? Even if you have, like, one person that really, really loves you, that's still one person. And no matter how you look at it, you matter to that person, right? You matter to so many fucking people. And, again, you just will never understand how much you really do matter to that person. And how much you affect their lives in a positive way. And it's just beautiful to actually think of it like that, you know? Life is just really, it's strange, you know? It's just, it can't be described by anything but strange. There's nothing in this life that you will fully understand. Okay, but I have been learning about Buddhism recently, and that shit is so interesting and cool. So I'm in a world's religion class, and we're learning about Buddhism right now, and it is actually so interesting. About, like, how Buddha even came to be. It's just about a story about this guy, and he was like, you know, I'm gonna be Buddha. He was a prince, and then he wanted to see the light, like, the world more, and his dad was very sheltered of him because a priest was like, you know, this guy's gonna be big, this guy's gonna be important. And so he's super sheltered his whole life, and he eventually was like, let me see life. And he was like, who's this sick person? And he was like, what's this? And it was a sick person. And like his like mentor or whatever was like, yeah, that's a sick person, that happens, people get like that. And he's like, wow. And then he saw like a dead person, and he was like, wow. You know, I mean, it sounds silly, but he just then became a monk. He abandoned his life of luxury just to become a monk. It's crazy. Man, I fucking suck at talking today. Fucking money trough is huge, though. I'm gonna organize my inventory. I had a worm. Okay. Alright. So far, so good. I'm so over-prepared for this. Actually, I don't know what I was worried about. This might actually come back to fucking bite me. I don't know if I poison them. Link says go! Ow. That hurts. No! Scary. Yikes! fuck. I'm good. No, I'm not. I need to fucking hit him. Not even close. Yikes. Yikes. Okay, not even close. Let's fight him again. Fight him again. I actually have like dream luck. $28 gold coins from that. Alright, I think that's a good place to end it. I'm sorry guys that my fucking commentary was ass today. I mean, I bet I could turn it into a decent video, hopefully. I don't know. Take that or recording. Alright, how's it going? So, this is, I recorded the last little segment on Tuesday, the 4th, and today is Thursday the 6th, and honestly, I just, I just was like, hold on. Alright. How's it going? So, I recorded everything, on Tuesday the 4th. And honestly, I just didn't feel great about it. I didn't think it was my best stuff that I could have made. So I'm just gonna record a little bit more. I didn't mean to do that. And just, you know, give more context to what's going on and all that. But I will still use the, you know, everything that I got. I just wanted a little extra for you guys because I felt like, you know, it just wasn't the best that I could have done, and I felt like you guys deserved better. So, you know, I still have to look through that stuff in the, am I recording? Okay. I still got to look through everything, that I made already, but, and hopefully it's out by Friday, guys. I mean, we'll see. No confirmation yet. I mean, I guess you guys know. I won't. But yeah, so I just didn't feel like it was my best work, and I wanted to. How much blocks is that? I wanted to make. I wanted to talk about more stuff. How many blocks is that? Oh, cool. So, what I wanted to talk about. So a big thing is I went on a hike on Saturday. I was just kind of cooped up inside all day, and I wanted to go on a hike, and it was fantastic, first of all. I don't usually, well, okay, that's actually just a lie. I sometimes smoke before hikes, because it's fun. So I brought my cart that I call Bart, and I took a little bit of a hit, only like, 2 hits, and it was a pretty long hike, so, I knew I would be sober by the time it was done. And, a big realization that I had is, along with the killing your subconscious stuff that I've talked about before, that looks even, is how, give me 2 seconds, how I just always am doing something, like I'm never stopping, and I'm always thinking, or like, I'm always listening to music, and while I was hiking, I was like, I wonder how it would be if I didn't have any music or anything, and I was just listening, just letting it happen, just letting my brain do its stuff. So, I wrote down in my notes app, and again, I was pretty high, especially since this was the beginning of the hike, and I was like, let yourself think. So, when I checked my notes app the next day, I was like, oh, okay, maybe my high brain was onto something. And so it was, again, I hiked for about hour and 45 minutes. And I had a fantastic time. I was just letting myself think. I was thinking about a bunch of stuff with the girl, a bunch of stuff just in general. And it was really fantastic. and I think it's going to be a big ritual for me, or not ritual, but just a big thing that I'm moving on. And, you know, at the end of the hike, I was like, you know, I can reward myself a little bit and listen to some music. So I did end up listening to a little bit of music at the end. But it was just a good hour and 25 minutes of just my own brain, just listening. And it was really fantastic. And I honestly would recommend anyone to do that. And that was a really cool hike. So I was like on a mountain, and it was just fucking gorgeous. And if you guys haven't noticed, my thumbnails have just been like pretty photos that I've taken throughout the week. And, you know, the photo that I'm going to use for this video is 100% going to be from that hike. But yeah, it was a really, really, really nice hike. And, you know, since it's, I'm not going to, I mean, this sounds a little bit egotistical, but since it's me, some random shit always happens. And this old guy who was just like on a hike or whatever, he was like, was looking out over the gorgeous scenery. I took a few photos of myself because, you know, why not? You know, I used to never do any of stuff like that, and then I was like, I think when I'm older, I'm gonna want to see what I looked like, what I was doing back in the day. So I took a few photos of myself. And I think he saw me. I don't really know. I don't really care. But he kept going on his way. And the hike, it was just, you know, like, how do I explain this? It was just like like a 3-mile hike in the woods to get to a summit. And it was really cool. And I've got to make sure I am spacing this correctly so it looks good. But, so I reached the summit after a little bit, and man, was it actually gorgeous. Like, it was seriously one of the best hikes I've ever been on in my life. And it's like a 5-minute or 15-minute drive from me. So pretty sick. And so we reached the summit, or I reached the summit, and the guy who's, you know, saw me or whatever was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I was like, "Oh, what's up?" So that was 21, by the way. I just have to count. So this was 1, 2, counts for me. Perfect. Oh. And I was like, "How's a beautiful view, ain't it?" And he was like, "Ain't that the truth?" And, you know, we talked a little bit, and he was a cool guy. He, like, got his, degree from where I got it. So, this is one more block. Okay. So I can just build it right here. Sorry, guys. I am really bad at building this game. And he was telling me how he, like, was living his life, and, like, I told him, you know, plan on, like, moving to Sweden after college and everything. And he was like, "Yeah, dude, that sounds awesome." And he was, like, a psychology major, or psychologist. And he was telling me, like, how he met his wife and all this stuff. It was a really cool experience with just, like, some random old guy. And he was just, you know, giving some wisdom. The funny thing, though, this is a bit of a funny thing, is he kept asking if I was okay, like, implying that I was suicidal. And I haven't been suicidal in a while, so it kind of, like, caught me off guard. And I was like, "No, I'm good, man." And he's like, "You sure?" I was like, "Yep, I'm great." And he's like, "Okay, cool. Well, you know, don't, you know." He was just, like, he was being a little bit strange. It's a bit of a strange experience. I don't know why. He like, I mean, I was a little bit high, and I might have had, like, I don't know, like, my voice might have been silly, or, like, I might have just, maybe my eyes were red, so I looked like I was, like, crying or something. I don't know. It was just really interesting because he was like, "You sure you're okay, bud?" And I'm like, "Yep, yeah, I'm good." And I had to, like, I don't know. It was just strange. I haven't had that happen to me in a really long time. So, I don't know. I don't know what that guy was thinking. But honestly, shout out to that guy for, like, making sure, you know, I was doing all right. Like, hell yeah, you know, that's commendable. That sucks. You know, but I am doing fantastic. So I just was, like, telling him, like, "Yeah, man, I'm doing great." I guess people maybe just don't go on hikes, and I was by myself. So I don't know, and that's just a lot about like doing stuff for myself again. You know, I've been talking about that, and it's just, you know, it was really cool. And then he was telling me how he was like traveled, like he lived in Israel for when he was younger, like my age, and then he like moved to like New Orleans, and he just kept jumping around. And then eventually, when he was like 24, he went back to the college that I go to, and he got his like he finished his master's and everything, and that's where he met his wife. And he was like, yeah, man, if I had any advice, I would just say, keep traveling, see the world, you know, don't let anything hold you back. And then I was like, yeah. And it was just honestly a really, really cool experience. And I mean, that's kind of just it about that guy. He was a strange guy, you know, like he was a mountain biker, so he was on his bike, and he was just like in like really, really tight clothing. And I don't want to be mean to this guy because, you know, he was a really cool guy, but he had some stuff going on in his belly, I think, and his stomach was like gurgling and stuff, and I could definitely hear it. And I was like, okay, whatever. And he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom, if you understand what I'm talking about. I'm like, you know, that's completely fine, my friend. That's completely fine. And he was like, I'll be back. I was like, all right, sure. And he didn't actually say that. He never said I would be back, but he was like, I'm gonna head out, and I gotta go use the bathroom, so don't come this way. I was like, okay. And I just sat there after he left for about 5-10 minutes, and I was just looking out, and it was so gorgeous. And I've been finding so much good music recently. It's just been really good. It's been really great. And another thing, this was last Wednesday, so about a week from now. I was feeling really bad, and it was a lot before, you know, I ended it with the girl and everything, and I was just feeling really bad and like mentally, and I have a thing, I guess, that I'm just fucking allergic to stress, so that's fun. And so whenever I get stressed, I break out in hives, and I get super itchy, and I can't think or anything. And that happened on Tuesday night, so I didn't sleep really well on Tuesday, so I skipped like one of my classes, and that was fine. But I did end up going to my world religions class, and in my world religions class, I took like a 5 milligram edible beforehand because I didn't think it was gonna fuck me up that much. And I never do this. Like I used to, and you know, it made me, you know, I just really wanted it to go fast. And again, I like never do this. And it was like 4 p.m. So it hit around like 4:30, and that class is a really interesting class. But it is quite literally just like 2 hours of this really sweet, nice old woman talking about religion. And she actually really reminds me of my mom. She's just really cool. She's like a yoga instructor and everything. And I love the class. It's actually like a really interesting class. And we were learning about Buddhism and everything. And I was just drawing in my notebook because I'm a chronic doodler. Notes hate to see me coming because they know they're about to get drawn on. So I was just like writing about Buddhism, and then there was like dogs, and like I don't know, I've been like drawing KK Slider a lot from Animal Crossing. So it was just funny, and I didn't have my contacts in because my eye was all puffed up because of the allergies and whatnot. So I could barely see. So this class went as I was pretty high, and I was like losing my mind because it was just, you know, a fucking hour and 50 minutes of this sweet old woman talking about Buddhism and all that. And I was just like I mean, again, I don't smoke that much anymore, so my tolerance is a lot lower, and this edible really messed me up a lot more than I expected. So I was just like really out of it the whole time, and it was just a funny experience, and I couldn't see, and it was pretty hard to pay attention because I couldn't see, but I made do. Okay. Time to just show off everything. Alright guys, so I did a lot of building, and I have like 5 minutes to show it off. I'm gonna be honest, Terraria fucking zapped me in, and I got too into it, and I spent like 2 hours playing Terraria. It's fine. It's fine. So I'm gonna first show you the beach one, so I'll let you know when I'm there. Alright, so this is like the little beach house I made. It's honestly, it's alright, it's not great. It's whatever. I don't know why I can't buy pylons. Huh. Yeah. So, oh, he can't stand the ocean, that's why. But yeah, this is my little beach house. Not, like, fully done. You know, is that a... Okay, I thought that was a golden seahorse. What? Is that just a normal seahorse? Okay, it was. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. That's it. Let me go show you the next one. Alright, so here is the next one. And I think I can actually just move the demo man in here. Let's see if that works. Yep. So yeah, I actually like it quite a bit. Perfect. Yeah. But yeah, I think so. I built this one. I'm a big fan of this one. I want to like put like a bookshelf down there too. I think that would be cool. Golden. What the hell? Oh well, it's dead now. Yeah, so pretty cool. Also, I'm gonna remake this obviously, but I did storage too. You know, ore, valuables, tools, weapons, equipment, armor, mob loot, statues, banners, bombs and such, common blocks, wood adjacent, food, potions, food, potion materials, nature, fishing, light source, and miscellaneous. Yeah. Now I'll show you the final creation. Alright, here we go. Here is the last one. Built these three. Big fan, actually. I think it turned out pretty well. Alright, that's it. Yeah. So, I gotta go to class. Adderall be damned, because, Jesus Christ, I played a lot of Terraria. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and, I don't know. Thanks for watching. See you later.